There's a method that alone made me almost $2 million and created more millionaires than you can imagine. And if I had to hit consistent 10K a month as fast as possible, starting from zero, this is exactly what I do. Best thing is you probably already have everything you need to do this. But before I get to that, you need to understand that there are basically two ways to make money. Both require you to sell. One is to sell yourself, so to get a job or to freelance. And second way is to sell assets, like products. In both of them, you will be trading time for money. With the second one, however, it will require more time in the beginning, but later you can get a really high multiple on the money for time you get. So much so that it will give you this time and location freedom you're looking for if you're here, I guess. So going out this road, we can really strip it down to physical products or digital products. Both can work really well. Physical usually are easier to sell because people trade their money for something tangible, right? But fundamentally, the easier the entry point, the harder it will be to win. That's why dropshipping is so glorified. But if anyone can sell the exact thing you're selling, there's just less and less things you can do to win this battle. And digital products are things like entertainment, software, and education, what we like to call info products, because they sell information on how to get a specific result. Going down this road, online education is booming. People are moving away from universities to digital learning instead. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, like big corporations also stopped to require any kind of certificates or degrees because they realize that skills and what you can do or your experience is what matters the most. Even data says that world spending on e-learning in 2024 was 200 to 300 billion, counting of course all the corporation spending as well, which drives up the value. But if we just look on individual creators like us, data says that up to 40 billion was spent on independent creators. And this number grows at 14 to 20% every year. And we are looking to just be a tiny part of this. You and me, we search every single day for solutions to our problems on Google, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. So we also know where other people are that we can then sell to. And I think you'll agree that if you took one of your problems you have right now and you could pay someone to fix this, you'd probably pay good money. I would love to exchange money for solutions to my problems. Also, when selling online education, so info products, we keep for ourselves humongous percent because it doesn't cost us to deliver or create this product as soon as we made it. You don't have to be an expert because experts have their own people they sell to. And you can just be a few steps ahead of someone in a specific skill, like playing drums or dancing or public speaking, right? Or working out, and then solve their problem of not knowing how to play drums, how to dance, how to work out. For example, I've built my business to $1.6 million in sales around making music. So realist hobby in the game. Now, this is why, no questions asked, I'd choose selling an info product. On the fence of this, it can be an ebook or a PDF, it can be coaching, so a package of consultations with you, or a course, so a bunch of structured video tutorials. Whatever you choose, as long as it gets people a specific outcome they want. And the more they want the outcome, the easier it will be to sell. And the more you'll be able to charge. And when I'm saying this, it doesn't sound that important, but this is the backbone. So to give you a roadmap to start selling and get to 10K per month, we need to figure out together the type of people, the outcome, then the packaging, so the ebook, course, coaching, then the price we're going to charge, and then how you're going to put it in front of people's faces. Now, this is what the average YouTube guru will tell you. Pick a niche that has a lot of money to spend, like agency owners. Then create your offer like, I help agency owners get extra 5 clients per month. And then build a $5,000 proprietary program to deliver that promise and sell it via sales calls. Dude, genius. Let me casually go from wanting to make 10K to becoming a client acquisition wizard overnight. No big deal. And you are like, bro, I'm still trying to stop procrastinating at 2 a.m. And now I'm supposed to build a 5K program with proprietary frameworks? Here's the problem with this and what to do instead. Yes, if you have a skill that other people are struggling with and other people are already successfully selling for $3,000 to $5,000, yes, you can go for high ticket and sell for $3,000 plus, even if you're just a few steps ahead of your client. For example, it could be help new YouTubers publish their first 10 videos with confidence in 30 days. And yes, selling for $3,000 will get you technically the fastest to 10K because you just need, 3.4 sales a month. But there are two deal breakers, okay? First, you need the skill to make strangers hand you $3,000 via phone call. And second, most important, that I feel like everyone that's giving this kind of advice forgets about, you need to actually fulfill on your promise to them, which should be worth to them at least double in value than what they paid you. If you got someone to help you, this shouldn't stop you. But otherwise, last time I checked, people that are not making $10,000 a month are not ready to deliver $10,000 worth of value to three strangers at the same time. Better way that doesn't close your doors to sell high-ticket info products if you want to is create what I call a high-value bundle, which is about $200, still low enough to be an impulse buy territory, but still high enough to make a difference for you, a huge difference. It gets people one profound result. Then it's easy to consume and create for you at the same time. People buy to save time and energy, not to watch another 17 hours of videos on this topic. Now, what you will actually deliver to people will depend highly on your offer, so it's hard for me to point to some specific things right now, but this can be things like templates, tools, a video course, and some kind of hands-on support. To hit $10,000 a month, you just need 1 to 2 sales a day. And if you do it consistently, it's undoubtedly more stable than selling 3 people a $3,000 product. You also don't need to fulfill anything. You just deliver the product, and surely there are no sales calls. Now, let's pause for a moment. I need my Disney drink. Ooh, this is important, very, very important. For all of this so far, the single biggest lever that you can pull that will determine with 99% success rate if you'll make it or not is your focus, meaning how focused you are, what you are focused on, and for how long. So let's refocus. Here's exactly what I would focus on if I would like to get to 10K per month as fast as possible. And more importantly, keep it coming every month. Imagine Matt and Joe. They both make 100K. Matt makes 100K per year. Joe makes 100K per 3 years. The time frame is the only variable. That's why speed is so important. So if I could, I would tell myself, don't aim for 100% done. Aim for true 80% done and then improve over time based on feedback from people that bought your offer or someone who's been where you want to go and has what you want to get. The last 20% will be your overthinking, tweaking and adjusting all the things that don't matter, that you think that matter. The next step after figuring out your offer, I would start building an audience on platforms that let me see quick results, like Instagram or TikTok. You're much less likely to give up if you see this positive feedback loop. Also, making short-form content lets you see if people are actively spending their time watching your educational content, and that also gives you a quick hint that they will also be willing to spend money buying your educational products, right? We are not talking about memes or funny videos, but educational content. Next step, I hate that, but I would create a simple version of your product. Some people like to call it minimum viable product, but it is so weird. Like, I want to make a car, and sell a car. What do I make? A freaking bad car, or what do I do? You build a bike, right? Honda started, with a engine tied to a bike. If you have a course, you would make a PDF or a template, and only then, for example, create a very, very short version of your course that you would like to ideally make. Before I created my first course, I made a tool pack for music producers that confirmed that indeed there are people willing to buy. Then, when going from 0 to 10K, I would definitely not focus at all on paid ads. Ads amplify what works. If you don't know what resonates with people yet, you'll waste money. That's why I would focus on organic first, then get data, so proof that what you make resonates with people. And then when you got some cash flow coming in, you can most definitely do paid ads. Then what I would focus on next that would literally save me months is, instead of building everything from scratch just because I felt like that, there's just too much energy that you could put elsewhere. And proven templates are proven for a reason. Fun fact that actually blew my mind is that companies that prioritize design see 30% more growth than those who don't. What data doesn't tell you is that design isn't just about making things pretty. It's about clear messaging that helps people understand your offer. Clear messaging and a great offer is what will make people buy, and design can only multiply. Now, if you work at what Germans call Finanzamt, please don't listen to this. I would not spend more than 2 days on tax setup or invoicing or any legal kind of stuff. You can just start a sole prop or use a merchant of record. I hate that I spent so much time on this in the beginning. I'm happy that I did, but I was already making between 6 to 12K a month in profit before I really focused on that. Same with automations and tech. I personally love systems and automating everything. I barely work nowadays thanks to that, but I lost so much time automating stuff that never actually worked out in the end. So if you have an urge to automate from the beginning, just don't. And most importantly, I would focus on the long term, on building something here that will be here to stay for the next 3, 5 or more years. That if I work hard on it now, in 3 to 5 years, I will still be able to profit from it. So I'd not jump into building an audience or making a course on topics that are shrinking or based 100% on trends. I would choose something that's naturally rooted in human nature. If you have an existing info product or have an idea for one and want me to map out a plan on how we can get you to 10 or 20K per month and beyond with everything that I laid out today, this is exactly what I do. Click the first link in the description and let's work. Not knowing how to make extra $10,000 a month is costing you $10,000 every month. And if for some reason you hate money and don't want my help, at least watch this video here on the right. I hope this will help.